Fuck. Can't fucking believe that. Why am I not surprised? Sorry about that. Why am I not surprised? I have no idea what it did that. It just totally lost connection, and I have it set to allow reconnection and all that shit, and it's still just... I have no idea. I love computers. Maybe someday when I get the money, we can go ahead and buy a machine to just do the streaming. Buy a separate machine. Let it do all the streaming work, and then the gaming system will be the gaming system. And they won't be sharing resources, and that should cut down on some of that mess. Hopefully. Sorry, everyone. Situation beyond my control. And I didn't even hit anything. We're still over parts of Dallas when you think about it. This is still suburbs of Dallas. It's bonkers. And you finally get back into here, you start to get back into the fields. And what they call it, Texas high country. I don't see any hills that are considered high, but that's what they call it. They're on San Antonio, Texas. They're what they call the Texas hill country, and it's like, yeah, it's little tiny hills. Well, I guess if something had to crash, it was the stream was a little better because you don't have to restart. It didn't take long to restart the stream. This is not a national park that we're in. We're going to one that's rather large. It's the whole south. It's a huge giant section in southeastern Texas. I lost it. I had it up too. Big Bend National Park in West Texas. Get you all the info on it. It is pretty good size. It happens to be 801,163 acres, or 3,242.2 kilometers, square kilometers. It's all in Brewster County, Texas. And one of its borders is the Rio Grande, and it's 118 miles or 190 kilometers long. It's a bump. Yeah, that's true. They did. They flat areas. I'm in the mountains. I love mountains. I can't live where it's flat. I tried. Oh no, you can get millions of parts, and because I actually raced it, I can get parts direct through Miata Speed. I can rebuild the entire car. It's not hard to find parts, but mine is rare enough. It's worth too much to wreck. It literally is one of the first built. One of the first one of the first 3,500 built. The VIN number is 3,240 something. And it was made in March of '89. Excuse me, May of 89. So, no, I can still get all the parts. No issues. I just don't want to tear the car up. It's worth too much money. If I was smart, I'd go get another one and a trailer to pull it around on and then go back to playing around with it. But now the only thing modified on it is I did put in a roll bar. I had to put it on the track. There's no way to let a convertible on the track without some sort of rollover protection. And that doesn't really hit the value that bad. I cut 2 squares and drill 4 holes. But most collectors say that doesn't hurt the value at all because most collectors would put the roll bar in it anyways. And I did put the one that the top still works on. So there is that. It is the most fun car I've ever had. And I've had some killer cars, but that one is the absolute, hands down, the most fun. Just pure fun, because it doesn't have, being the early model, it doesn't have anti-lock brakes. It does not have traction control. It doesn't have anything. It's literally a small fuel-injected 4-cylinder engine in a go-kart. You know, it's so much fun. It can corner faster than I ever want to corner with it. It's just a lot of fun. Yeah, just because they're cheap, they were cheap. Now the market's now going upwards of $8,000 for them. Hey, there's Mr. Gammy Wombat, the dog master. Yeah, they've been hitting really good. Like 9 of the last 10 have been over 1,000. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I wasn't expecting that. So right now I'm dealing with sick puppies, so. Yeah, 9 of 10 over 1,000. I was like, holy shit, when I realized that. And it's so weird which ones go and which ones don't. Because like today's, I put up today's was not for, today's was to show Zenon the snow was back. It wasn't like regular release time. The time of day was late in the afternoon. Nothing about it was normal. It was just a quick one I threw on to show Zenon the snow was back. Because he commented on the one previously that the snow was gone, and it hit well. Speaking of dogs, I gotta let them in real quick. Be right back. There, now maybe they'll lay down. They both been sick. Ugh. They put up bad shots and got great views, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how it goes. Best stuff generally is the throwaway posted. Yeah, I've had several that and funny, I've had some that I thought were absolutely funnier than hell and great, and they have 40 views. You know, they literally have 40 views. The one on either side has 2,000 views. This one's got 40. I think it's funny. It's got music on it, which is the issue. I put music on it and they go to shit. You know, kids crazy watching weirder stuff. Yeah, well, there's weird stuff up there. But I don't even try to understand it anymore. I'm just going to keep putting my content out there. If people watch it, great. If they don't, great. I'm not going out of the way. Hello, Luke. Welcome, host at Digital Media. Hey there. Can't stay long. Have to work in the morning. Message about potential flight. Oh, cool. That's right. Yeah. we'll talk about the day we can do it. Hopefully, maybe we can stream it. If not, we won't worry about it. We'll do it. But if anybody wants to join in, Luke's been working on a flight. We want to do, I think, attacking Baghdad. We're going to do some Gulf War flight with an F-14 Tomcat, because I think that was the last war they were used in. And we're going to fly it. I don't know if it'll be whatever. Maybe we're the weird ones, so talented for a 5-minute sketch. I hate it. From the 4-day painting. Oh, I like your work. I think your work's off the charts good. If I had the financial wherewithal, I would buy at least 1 or 2 of your paintings. I really like them. There's been a couple of them, like that little shed one. That was really good. Oh, they're all really good, but that's... One of these days, I will purchase one of your paintings. Instead of just your logos. I am doing well, sir, and I don't know if Icarus is reading the chat, but Luke said he hopes you're all and everybody's all well. Pimax AK, you're going for it? You're taking the jump? Awesome, dude. I will tell you this. Flight sim, when you're in VR, the world disappears. Yeah, whether it's this week or next week or a month from now, yep. Well, I've got nothing on Wednesdays at all after this Wednesday, so Wednesdays are good for you. We can make it work. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you got rudder pedals and your yoke and everything set up or whatever you want for control of devices, you don't even need to use the hands because your hands are on a yoke or a stick. So you don't need to use the controllers. But Icarus can attest to this. I can attest to this. It becomes the world. Quite literally. You are in it. You're in a plane. You're flying around the world. You're there. You're not playing a game anymore. You're not playing a sim anymore. You're flying a damn plane. And I can tell you, absolutely, it can get so real that I know I've mentioned in the stream before. I was in a Cessna circling a castle, looking out the side window of the Cessna, looking at a castle, and my chair slipped. I literally thought I'd fallen out of the plane and was going to die. That's how real it was. That's how real it had become. That for that split second until I realized I'm still in the plane, that I thought I'd fallen out of the window of the plane and was going to die. That's how absolutely intense the feeling is with this. So yeah, you'll love it because, like I said, the outer world goes away. The real world disappears completely. And you're not in a sim. Sometimes when things aren't going right and not quite there, you'll see, yeah, I'm just flying a sim, but there are times where you're just going to be so buried in that headset that you're just going to forget that reality exists and that that's not reality in front of you. Which is funny because I never thought it would get that good. Especially I've worked with VR since the VFX 1. Get your heart running. That is funny because like if you stall and you're in VR, if you make a mistake and stall when you're in this, you freak out, you know, trying to recover, and you're like, ah. When you recover, when you stall and you're in VR, your hands are sweaty, your muscles are tense. It's incredible. When shit goes wrong, you're right on edge. Yeah. It's nuts. It's absolutely it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. If you got the money for like the Pimax, yes, it does. Yep. And I'm mashed right to the firewall. I'm at 100%, but I'm at 76% throttle. That's same. I have mine set for sitting down. I can't do any of the stand-up stuff. I just don't have room until I get my computer room built in the back, and hopefully that'll happen sometime this year. Maybe. Yep. It's been that way for a while. But if you look at your ground speed, we're at max ground speed. Yeah, 354 is right on the money where it should be. I do something dumb like play a horror game in VR, concuss myself on a wall while trying to flee a game monster. I played Skyrim in VR. I banged the shit out of my hands because I didn't have the room. And that's forever going to swing up with the sword or swing down with the sword. My ceilings are only, I'm 6 foot tall. My ceilings are only 7 foot. So I was forever smashing my hand against the ceiling. Whoa! Somebody just slewed by there. Who's that? Oh, they're up ahead of me. I don't know where they went. Icarus over there. The first time I tried VR was a set of Corso. My brother stood up Ferrari F1 car. When I put the headset on, I was shocked at how good it looked. Yeah. And what's really weird when you start with VR and the headset is, especially the Formula 1 cars, is I can remember thinking when they put the halo up there, that's going to be so annoying having that line there. And then by lap 3, you don't even notice it's there anymore. Yeah, getting real battle scars from VR sword fight. Next level immersion. Oh, my hands, I was constantly hitting the ceilings. Oh, it was awful. See, there's a... They're going to hand job it. The autopilot or plane? That's been an issue lately. Mine went crap for a little while. And that's another issue with this sim lately is my autopilot went ape shit a couple of times now. It went once on this flight. I caught it. It went once on last week's flight. I don't know. Like I say, welcome to Microsoft. Welcome to our new update. What did we break today? That was not broken last week. Oh my god. It's a long ass flight. We'll probably fly pretty direct when we land anyways. Switch aircraft. What the hell we got left to fly? 274 miles. We're doing 290. Jesus, seriously? Why is my ground speed only 290 here? It says 354 there. Now, even sitting down, you can hurt yourself. You got to reach for something and hit your monitor walls. It's crazy how immersive it can be. People love it. Yes, and make damn sure you're far enough away not to hit your monitors. When you set your chair down, make sure your hands can't reach your monitors, especially if you're using the controllers, because they break monitors. I smashed one laptop with it. Just saying. Yeah, I get why I'm going so freaking slow. And why it's stuck at 70-some%. I can't wait to break. I cannot wait to break some through immersion. It shows how it works. I'm gonna push buttons and I'm gonna break something. No, fuel should be good. I always forget it's got this. I have no idea why it's stuck, and the Icarus is stuck too. It's surprising. I don't know how theirs is, because I have never used the particular one you're getting, the Pimax, but especially the 8K. But I don't know how their face covering is. But you're gonna want to go buy some face shields, replacement ones that are washable, that absorb sweat, because the leather ones and the plastic ones, you sweat on your forehead and it just runs down your face. It's a pain in the ass. But they make covers that go over them that you can just throw in the washer with your wash and wash them, and they wick the sweat away from your face, and they're a lot more comfortable than the plastic against your skin. They're cloth based. Trust me, look for them, order them. You will thank me. I saw someone streaming VR game where you saw both their POV and the playing around the room. A lot of actual contact with the environment. Yeah, they do get warm because you're putting two monitors on your face, and you'll sweat. But at least if you get the cloth ones that wick the sweat away and are washable, if you don't, you get this nasty, slimy sweat between the plastic in your head or the leather in your head, or the leather, the fake leather. It just doesn't. Trust me, you'll thank me for ordering them now before you get the headset, so they're ready to go. And get the washable ones. If you don't, it's just wasting money. Because they end up stinking. I know, I got the ones that weren't washable. But I've also been using VR for 25, 26 years. So, there's that. The first headsets would make you so sick. Especially if you didn't move them. The first headset I ever worked with the VFX-1. That was when I was working in Nevada at the Nevada Automotive Test Center. And we got it so we could take and go to the big auto shows like Detroit Auto Show and all that shit, and take people on a virtual test drive of our test courses so they could see what we were capable of doing from a 3D perspective. We had people 3D, the 3D cameras filmed it and everything. Excuse me, everybody that tested it puked. Just about everybody, just about every single person that tested it puked. So we're like, well, we can't go to the trade shows with that. So we did some research and found out if you just move the person a little bit, it works. So we had the guys in the fab department fabricate us a small motion platform. It only moved a few inches each direction. And then put 2 seats on it and seat belts. And then when you played the video, it moved the thing to the bumps and shit, and nobody was sick after that. And with the modern one, the latency's so low, but if you find you're getting sick, and I'm going to tell you this straight up, if you find you're getting nauseous at all, turn your bass up. Get a subwoofer, and don't put the sound in your headsets, or make sure at least the sound is getting to the subwoofer too, and turn it up. Because that'll vibrate your inner ear, and it makes you think you're moving. It does wonders for stopping the nausea. Would be wild if we're already in advanced VR sim, and then going to VR while in VR. Dude, I did that the other day. I woke up from a dream where I was dreaming about dreaming. That was fucked up. I was dreaming about a dream and woke up, and then I woke up. Like, what the hell? I was dreaming about dreaming. That's just weird. Like, how friggin' maddeningly stupid can you be? It was so vivid too. It's like, oh, in my dream, I'm just waking up. And all of a sudden, the dog had to go out, and I'm like, wait, the dog's gonna go out? Cammy support bat? What the hell is that? It's not a wombat, it's a support bat. Is that your emotional support bat? Must be his secret squirrel account. I have one of those, but everybody knows what it is. Oh, don't you love how flat this area is? But now we're starting to get some hills. Look at that line of hill. The ground just wrinkled all the way across there. I've only had, with this particular headset, one game make me sick. Maybe it was the PSVR. Yeah, it was the PSVR. I only had one game make me sick, and that was Gollum, because it was a weird third-person perspective, so it moved funny. I take that back. Flight Sim, or yeah, not Flight Sim. Jesus Christ, the other one, 12. The dear Lord, Brain went on vacation again. The Flight Simulator 12, FX12, Flight Sim, whatever. What the fuck is the name of that? I just deleted it off my system. X-Plane 12, thank you. My fucking getting old sucks. Simple things gone. Gone. I need a teleprompter like our president. Some guy whispering in my ear telling me the right fucking things to say. Now X-Plane 12, with the Vive Cosmos, made me sicker than hell, because as the first of the flight sims, or any of the sim racing flights or anything, make me sick at all. But every time you'd go to move the plane, the dash wouldn't move with the plane. It was slightly out of sync in VR. So that was causing my ears all kinds of mess. It was bad. That's when I finally deleted it. I was like, no, I can't play VR. I'm not going to play it any other way. So I got rid of it. What a waste of money. I spent a lot of money on that son of a bitch too. I gave it until after it came out in full release, but it was, the dashboard was never synced with the actual plane. I will say right now, and Jerry may agree with me or not, but Assetto Corsa, the original, is one of the best damn VR racing games there is. Hands down. For VR, it can't be beat. It looks incredible. It's smooth. It's older, so it's not a money thing, but it's cheap. There's millions of mods for it, and it works absolutely superbly and looks fantastic. You just can't beat it as far as VR racing games. iRacing's good. iRacing has full VR, but Assetto Corsa is better as far as iRacing if you want to race against other people all the time. But if you just want to race, you can't beat Assetto Corsa. Oh yeah, it's fun. It's funny in VR. Now, of course, this is PlayStation VR. The last racing game I had on that, the Gran Turismo 6. When I first got the VR for that, PlayStation VR, my lap times improved in VR. Yeah, you can't add AI and multiplayer with that. That's true. It's one or the other. It's not, can't do both. But my lap times actually improved because I could see parts of the track that you couldn't see when they're flat. Like a dip or a bump that just don't normally show, but were scanned and were throwing you off. And you can look into the apex of the corner so much easier. Your lap times will go up in VR versus without it. And you usually get it on Steam for less than 10 bucks. Yeah, it's so much is in there, it's insane. Somebody even has a mod for Assetto Corsa that is the original track at Lime Rock that was never built. They originally were going to have a larger road course, and they'd cut the trees but never built it. And it's in there as a mod. That's insane. It was never built, and some fan built it and put it in the sim. Bonkers. Pretty soon things are going to start to go from farmlands. It's already getting scrubby. Scrub brush, but pretty soon it's going to start to turn towards more of a desert. Excuse me. Like I said, these last couple fight plans I screwed up the distance and time on them, and I'm not quite sure why or how. But they're going to run in 2.5 hours, and then from here on out, they should be more of a 2-hour range. Last week's, if I hadn't changed planes, it would have really screwed up. I say we got just about 25-30 minutes left in the air. Yeah, and Assetto Corsa's forever on sale. You can get like that with all the updates and all the packages, the whole shooting match for like 15 bucks, 20 bucks. It's nuts when you catch it on sale on Steam. You get the whole package for next to nothing. It was definitely worth it. And not Competizone, not the new one. That's the best part. We're not talking about Assetto Corsa Competizone. You want the original, the older one. The older one is actually the better one. Oddly enough, the older one is better. And provided you're actually a racer and not a run into the other person and knock them around. I hate that. I hate that because I usually end up, every time someone does that, I usually end up spending the whole night putting the car back together. So, in real life. So I don't like it in sim. But if you're a real racer, just want to go out and throw down some laps and have a good time, and you don't believe in passing by bumping into the other person, give me a shout. I'll jump in VR and race with you. Yeah, it's cheap. It's always so cheap. Yeah. I don't understand that 75% thing on my throttles. I don't know if it's always been like that. Everything looks good in here. Torques are good. Prop RPM is maxed. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't race with a lot of people because so many people think it's fun to pass you by slamming into you. Yeah, too many people play that way. I don't. Yeah, you know, who cares in single player if you pull them off the track and whatever, but when it's other players, I expect some respect. Need for Speed kind of created a mindset. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Oh, poor Icarus had crashed. There's a satellite line. Hmm. So there was an absolutely huge update for SnowRunner. With a 40 gig update. That's insane. That's reloading the entire game. So I guess when they do an update, they go all out. I'm about 65% done with Alaska. It's one of those games that it really sucks to be a completionist. Where are we? El Dorado! There's the famous El Dorado. Supposed to be something they call Mount Susan, and somebody likes Susan. Somebody out here likes Susan because you got Mount Susan and Susan Peak next to each other. Two different mountains. Somebody likes Susan. Somebody likes somebody named Susan. Hey, until we're getting south, pretty soon we're going to cross Highway 10. Highway 10 across Texas and Highway 70 across Kansas are two of the most annoying highways in the world. Poop joke about Susan. It's true. They're side by side. Yes, the content manager is a lot like the Flight Sim one. It's definitely worth it. We got a lot going on this month. It's going to be a busy month. I've got Kerbal. I've got Planet Crafters got their update coming out, and then update 8 is coming out for Satisfactory. I think when 8 comes out for Satisfactory, I'm going to start again, start a whole new one. Maybe I'll stream part of it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. If you're wondering, down below us, most of these roads with the squares all over the place are oil wells. Like all of that you see over there, all those dots are oil wells. Well, they're not nuking the miners, but you're going to have to put the miner where the resources, which is how I thought they originally worked anyways. But those are all oil wells. Every bit of this oil wells. Those are not windmills. You know, they're not nuking them. You'll still get unlimited, but they have to be placed where the resource is, which is cool. They've got drones coming out, and I like the fact that drones can only bring one item at a time, so it's going to fun race with everyone, as long as everyone gentleman drives, I should say. I'm up for it. Maybe I could stream that in VR. That takes a hell of a lot less resources than Flight Sim. That might be fun. And then just not read chat at all. Just use the voice chat. trick to streaming in VR, my friend. If the game is on Steam, you can open a window that just captures one eye in a perfect square so you can stream it. If the game is not on Steam, you just literally pick the input from your virtual reality headset and you zoom it in to one eye on Streamlabs. Just zoom in on one eye. And then that's it. Pick the right or left eye, zoom in on it, and there you go. Pretty easy. Like I said, Steam already has a way to do a single eye capture. Yeah, no BS racing. You want to race, let's have some fun and race. But if you want to bump and bang and trash other people to get to the front, I don't want to race with you. There certainly is a lot of oil out here. Met a guy in Texas when we were down there a couple years ago when I was down there for SpaceX and stuff. We were at the racetrack, and this guy had a brand new Corvette, mid-engine when it first came out. We were just sitting around talking with him, and he said it's funny. He said a year ago, I used to live paycheck to paycheck and hope I could pay the rent, or hope I could pay the mortgage, and wondered where I was getting the next, make sure I had enough food in the house for everybody and the kids. He said, and amazing how things change. He said that latest big oil patch they found was under his ranch. A big portion of it was under his ranch. He said, now I get checks for more money than I've ever made in an entire year in my life. I get monthly. So if you capture both eyes, would it allow people to watch? I think you could pull it off if you could find a player that would let you play it. I mean, it'd be static. You wouldn't be able to turn your head, but I think you could see it as you see it in VR. I would think. Excuse me. I think it'd be a hot mess. More than anything. But they found the oil under his ranch. That was pretty cool. He was a nice guy. It was good to see that somebody that was working stiff, ranching, trying hard to scrape some money out of the earth, and that happens to him. It's always good when things like that happen to good people. So that little town is Ozona. Never heard of it. I really wish they would come out with a thing where I could be in VR and I could set a static point, like say here, that I could pick a camera point like right here, and it would show this perspective the whole time, and I could be in VR. I'd love that as a setting. So I could do a static shot for you guys and I could still be flying in VR. I would absolutely love that, but first of all, I don't think this computer's got enough to drive 3 different viewpoints. Isn't that odd? Yeah, I see you. I mean, we're both going to the same spot. I'm wondering if it has to do with the winds. I'm on live weather. I may be getting a crosswind, and you're not, or you are and I'm not. That's blowing you off course that much? Or blowing me off course? Huh. Who knows? Microsoft Flight Sim. I still haven't given up on streaming in VR. I just can't seem to make it work the way I want it to. Also, games on Steam, there's a program that's built in so you can put the chat right in the screen. You can put a screen. But if you try to use it with Flight Sim, this is a non-Steam version, it crashes. So I can't do that. That puts a screen. You can select it right on the headset where to put it. And it shows you your chat that way. And I'm not about to re-buy every single thing I have in Flight Sim for the Steam version because the two are not compatible. Yeah, I know. If anybody knows anybody, if any of you developers or other streamers, anybody watching this ever knows anybody at Black Square, tell them they've got an absolutely incredible plane, but the windshield is so bad it sucks balls in VR. It's like really, really, really bad. Yeah, I got the update. It's still got the old shit windshield in it. And nobody would ever have swirls in a windshield. I learned at 12 years old how to wash an airplane window properly so you don't get swirls. They need to fix the windshield. Other than that, it's hand down one of my favorite aircraft. But in VR, it sucks so bad with that screen. So if anybody knows anybody at Black Square, please tell them two things. Let's get the windshield fixed, which is literally a file. One file. Real simple. And get us some de-icing. You can't use it in VR. It's so annoying in VR. It's so scratched up. It literally pisses you off. You know, you can sit outside the view, but that's not the point of VR. Yes, the circle scratches on the windshield. This is, hey, Bruden, what's all this then? We're on our way to a national park. Big Bend National Park. That's where we're heading. Should be there in half an hour or so. Give or take. It's freaking terrible. And if you're in VR, it's even worse. And nobody but nobody washes a plane window where you'll get swirls. You're taught that. Everybody that knows when you got a plexiglass windshield, race cars, same way. Plexiglass, you never do swirls. You missed it. Jacko was flying slow. It is what it is. I figured somebody was on. I only have 3 or 4 viewers. I figured somebody else is on. No worries. It's all good. Big internet. Lots of room for everybody. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're going to land and make a short hop with the other planes just over to the other airport because the flight plans are all messed up right now anyways. Yeah, it's getting late. We'll do a quick short 30-minute flight. "50 place in the U.S. called Big Bend, probably. There's a million cold rivers up here. I mean, just up here. Cold Brook and Cold River and Salmon River are big ones that are everywhere. I know at least 3 cold rivers or cold brooks just in this one area. And they don't run into each other either. They're totally separate. They'll probably show up now. Yeah, I'm running a little late. I try to finish before 10 because Brett streams. I don't think he streams tonight, but he usually streams by 10 o'clock. So I try to finish up before 10. I'm going to have to get up and pee all night long because I drank a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, an actual soda, which I haven't drank in forever. Now I'm having... What am I having? San Pellegrino. I have this issue with my VR. Every time I put on the headset, the wife starts tapping me on the shoulder. Not annoying, isn't it? Yeah, that's a problem. Not a bad problem, because she's always willing to get you another VR. Fancy water, yes. That I blame on one of my... I blame this on one of the drivers I work for. Michael Saya drives the green Porsche. It's all his fault. is a die-hard Italian, and he started bringing this to the track, and I liked it, so now I buy it and spend way too much money on it. That's all his fault. She's doing it just to mess with you, probably. That's an entire possibility, Vruden. You know, I was thinking, Vruden, you need to make another account. You're like, everybody I know has 2 accounts. You need one that's Vruden the kind of so-so. You have Vruden the Great, but you're going to need Vruden the kind of so-so. At least is your wife not a ghost, probably. Oh my. Still more oil wells. They're getting fewer and fewer. The ground's coming up to meet us. Keep it down, she can hear you. Hello, Vruden's wife. If you can hear this, you have to be a saint to put up with his shit. I'm such a good guy, aren't I? Oh, shit. No, he was saying it might be the ghost. Not that you don't have a wife. I think he was saying that it might actually really be a ghost. Yeah, don't ever put me on a live mic or where somebody can hear me that you don't want me to hear. Don't want to hear me. I'll make sure I'm heard. I'm kind of like Skippy the Magnificent. I'm an asshole. I think that's why I love that book series so much. Just hope it's her tapping, not a ghost. Yeah, that's what I thought you were getting at. Like I said, this should be the last of the long flights for a while. From here on out, they're much closer together. We're starting to get into the mountains. Only 100 nautical miles out now. There we go. So I married her Japanese. I knew she wasn't allowed to divorce me. Yes, but they will kill you. They will just eliminate you. I can't divorce you, but I can make you disappear. Turned out she's rich too. There you go. And she's got to have the patience of a saint to put up with your shit. So, you know, she's a great lady. She puts up with you. She's got money, and she puts up with you. They'll turn to his death do his part, because not specified. You know, my first ex-wife, she was a great person. She only had one really, really bad habit that used to annoy the shit out of me. It was that constant breathing in and out, in and out. If she had just fucking stopped that, everything would have been fine. My father-in-law didn't get eliminated because I told him not to. Oh shit. I owe that whole family now. That's awesome. And if we look off to our left, which we probably can't see, that's not the left, that's a freaking right. Hello. Somewhere over in there is the Rio Grande. It's not that far away. The mountains are going to kind of hide it, but that's the border of the park coming up. Pretty much once we enter here, this is the national park. They do what I say because I was never afraid of Papa San. Oh, there's no state boundaries on here, but what the hell is that one? Trying to see what that control zone is. It's probably where we're flying next in the White Sands, New Mexico. We're going to be going from here to here in a small plane. I'm going to go ahead and start taking, what are we? Yeah, we got 95. I can leave it up high for a bit, so we still get the 8,000 just clears the mountains up ahead. So, my first ex-wife. Yeah, I got 2 of them, and then God got his revenge. I had 2 ex-wives, and I met the woman of my dreams, soulmate. She died. So yeah, somebody's got a fucking twisted sense of humor. He knows his place now. Like I say, a lot of this national park is used quite a bit. There's a couple of runways which are actually just for ultralights. And there's off-road trails. There's archaeological sites. It's quite a place. Yeah, it's been a long time. 20, going on 20 years now, something like that. Is it that long? 17 years? Holy shit, it's been a long time. This, by the way, if you're ever wondering, I've heard a lot of people explain a million things that it's not. These are, if you ever see these on primarily fighter aircraft and bubble canopies, and they're only on the front. They're not antennas, they're not a million other things. They're to reinforce the thing for bird strikes so the pilot doesn't get killed with the cream of bird. That's what they're for. To keep the pilot alive if a bird hits the aircraft, hits the windscreen. They're like, well, okay, they're kind of like roll bars for cars, just to prevent birds from killing the pilots. That's what it is. So if you're ever wondering if somebody's saying they're antennas or some other shit, they're quite literally to prevent birds from killing the pilot. Yeah, but the aircraft isn't. If you die and it goes down in a pile of shit when you can land it properly, they don't care about you. They care about the $1 million aircraft you're flying around. Alrighty, let's crank her down 10,000 feet. Start our descent. Up 2,000 feet a minute. They're worried about the plane, exactly. I don't give a shit about you, but they want you to be alive to land the plane. Actually, it's quite the opposite over there in the Russia-Ukraine war. Russia's running out of not planes, but pilots. All the pilots are dying. One of the pilots that they shot down and he ejected when the Ukrainians captured him was like 68 years old. They were just plumb out of pilots. The autopilot and the F-14 makes my day. I'll tell you, you can go awful damn slow without autopilot. That's for sure. I've seen you go crazy slow with the autopilot in it. Try to save the equipment. The soldier's the byproduct. Actually, with these modern fighters, it costs too much for the helmet to lose the pilot. Well, the F-35 helmet, something like $30,000 to get it fitted and programmed to the pilot properly. That's just to get it fitted. That's not the cost of buying it. That's just the cost to get it fitted and working. Ah, This one won't. Yeah, this one doesn't have the auto throttle on it. I know what you're saying, but this one doesn't have it. Did you at least bring back the head? Yeah. About it. Oh, you're talking about the Tomcat? Yeah, the Tomcat's incredible. Have you done a full ILS with it? You know, intercept and have it actually see if it can put it on the runway? I haven't tried it. I haven't tried a full ILS. I almost never do ILS approaches. I should, because I suck at landing. But I hardly ever do them. Okay. I was curious. So I did a full ILS with the TBM, and it literally landed the plane on the runway. All I had to do was shut the throttles off. Insane. Had to shut the throttle, you know, chop the power and land. Very true, but I would not want to hand fly this 2-hour flight. And it's gone over 2 hours. Just now it's 2 hours. 64 miles out. I gotta go smoke a cig and fly 30 miles past the runway. I didn't even see you out there. This one will scoot 280 when it's not acting up. There's something bugging it because it won't go over 76% throttle at all. I'm gonna have to let Demos know and see if that's a bug, or let Ricky know if it's a bug or if it's just that's the way it's supposed to be. Because the prop RPMs are hanging right at max, so I don't know. If it is to fly the Dark Star with a 360 controller, that'd be fun. Even more fun if you actually manage to land the damn thing. I could never land that freaking thing. I'm forever stalling it when I try to land. I think I've landed it once. That was on the flight I did live on the stream. I finally landed it. See, this is where you can tell this thing is fucked up. 200 nautical miles, it says 200 nautical miles, so that should be 100 miles from there to there. And it does not show the airport. The airport's only 56 miles out, so it should be about there. If their little 200 nautical mile thing is correct, and it's definitely not correct. I trust this a lot more than that. Yeah, I have a speed brake, but I'm not overrunning yet. Oh, you mean the Dark Star has a speed brake? Yeah, this does too. And I have a separate speed brake lever too. I always blow the 145 and the 160. Somehow I always seem to dip underneath it and just fuck it up. I'm really good at fucking it up, and I'm not sure why. Me and that plane don't get along well. Look at this next leg of this flight will be pretty short. It'll only be about 20 minutes. Zip up to the next airport because we can't fart around much. Below us is the Black Gap Wildlife Management Area. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Ah, you know, pedals, yeah. Pedals do make a big difference. And then this is the actual Big Bend National Park ahead of us here. All of this is, and where's the entire mountain range, the Chisis Mountains are entirely located in the park. It's the only mountain range entirely located inside a national park. They found dinosaur bones, sea fossils, volcanic dikes. I didn't know there was such a thing. Yeah, the pedals really do make the sim. Like I said, there's a lot going on. You can off-road race, or off-road run, hang out in the rivers. Hey, William Kelly, welcome. They said I should have them by the end of June. Ugh, that's a long time to wait. There's Icarus doing some upside down annex, looks like. That's a long time out there. Just in time, we're going to land, then we're going to jump into the Kit Fox. We're going to jump into Kit Fox and head on over to the next airport because the flight plans are all screwed up. Now, I know what you're talking about, the plane pedals. I got plane pedals, I got car pedals. I know the difference. I have one of each. I got the Logitech G series, and I know a lot of Tearzickers upside down. I have the Logitech G series, and I've heard a lot of stuff about them. You know what? They're a year old. I use the living shit out of them. They're $100. And there's not a damn thing wrong with them. They still work fine. Alright, man. Go out, smoke one down, have a good time. So, you want to pay more, pay more. You want to pay less, get what you can afford. I can afford these, and they work great. I don't know what this flight stick is. I've got it. I bought it. It's a Logitech G Series 2. I don't know which one, but I've used it once because I still got to get enough lumber to build all the shit I need to build. There is that. For the racing wheel, I have the GT500. That one I spent money on. Big bucks. But it works. It does the job. It's still working years later, like 12 years later. Yeah, that's what it is. Like I say, you get what you can afford. $100 controllers in my budget. And it does the job, and it does it very well. Alright, let's see if we can find this damn airport. Start losing some altitude. Autopilot off. We got some winds. We really got some winds. This should be an exciting landing. Anybody see the airport? Still 20 some miles out, but I can't see it. Maybe it's on over the next ridge. Maybe. I'll pull this one back up. I wish the GT750 would work outside the aircraft. Yeah, it's got to be over the next ridge. This right here is all Big Bend National Park. It's a really large national park. Yeah, we know how that goes. I won't say that out loud. I won't read that one out loud. We get it. We've all been there. Why on earth? Probably because I'm still too far away from the airport to see it. That's why. I was on the wrong ridge. Typical desert, windy, bumpy. I didn't put that much thought into it. I think that's it right there, isn't it? Ah, not right there. Maybe. I don't think I'd make a good pilot anymore. I can't ever see airports. Oh yeah, there's that one first. We gotta go over that one. Okay. That's on the other side of that little bump right there. Alright, we should be damn near lined up with it. I know she agonized about it all year. That's cool. You couldn't see him when you were a pilot. I just had the worst time trying to pick him out of the background now. I've got the instruments that'll put me right in there. Yeah, it's still the first leg. We got another short leg, which I know we're gonna go late. We're gonna go long. I knew this one would be long, but this is the last of the long ones. I think Icarus is going for the wrong airport over there. He's just saying, screw it, I'm going over here. It's close. I think I see it right. No? Oh, it's asphalt. Where is it? Maybe one of these. My legs were like this, I'd be walking. One long ass leg and one short one. Yeah, the other one was going to be longer, but it's all screwed up, and I knew this was going to be late, so I'm just going to do a quick hop over to the other airport, or we can just skip it all together. It really doesn't matter that much. I'm going to fly it. If anybody wants to stick around, great. If you don't, I'll understand entirely. Why am I not seeing this freaking thing? It should be right in front of my nose, like quite literally. Should be, yeah, Icarus is down on that one. Over there, but that's not the one I'm heading for. That's right in front of me, dumbass. There it is. There she be. Right dead ahead. Oh, your screen just locked? Alright, it shouldn't be long. We're just going to jump in. We're going to fly over this ridge and hit another airport up here. You filled up a page of sketchbook doodles? Awesome. That's always good. Get my airspeed down. Oh no, that sucks, dude. Notch of flaps going. Yeah, we got to get the brakes on. We're going way too fast. Got the dive brakes on, got the flaps out. I'm going to give it some rudder and slip it. We'll get her slowed down quick. There we go. Now we're good. You're down to a reasonable speed rather quickly. Dive breaks back off. Yeah, I know Bryce and Wes had problems. Both of them. Oh, we're going too slow, too slow. A little power. I always forget, man. Turboprops take a minute to spool up. You're gonna float. Smooth touchdown, but man, what a float. I had to take a program out the other day that was causing blue screen to death. Well, it wasn't actually blue screen to death, but it was dumping me all the way to reboot. It was a Flight Sim one. It was causing some serious issues. That one that tells how smooth your landing was, and you can use it for the maps or to be part of an airline, virtual airline. It caused me to crash. Kit Fox, yep. And the faster one, the 120, whatever it is. Version 2. I'm not even going to try to stop it anywhere. Took you less than a week. Yep. Yeah, I'm not even going to fart around with starting them or anything. We're just going to jump right in the plane, get on. We're going to fly fairly straight. I want to go off just a hair because it's cool mountains. But muscle in the hustle, exactly. Oh, the sound goes creepy when it tries to load. Or unload. I don't know why it's not smooth. Like I said, I gotta get a better setup. Stage 2. I can't stand that. Okay. Red plane. That red plane. Don't need to worry about weights. Yeah, see what happens? Isn't that nice? Oh, you hit start in safe mode. I hate that. I wish it would default to the other. It's so stupid. Oh, not cancel. I don't want to load a save. I want to load. I want to load. I don't want that one. I want the other one. That one. Oh, that one's going to do it too. Well, fuck it. I know the two airports. We'll just do this. I want to erase all of that. It's not going to let me. Yeah, it will. Pick something totally different, and I'll go back and... What the hell is that airport? I forgot to write it down. There it is. There we go. Now we got a direct shot. Fucking thing. Yeah, that's a mess. And ever since that update 12, anything with a damn, what the hell do I want to call it? Waypoint that's not an airport, right off the North Pole. I think we just landed here. Good, we're going to take off here. Come on, Garmin, fire up. Am I waiting for you, Icarus? I love how short you can take this thing off. This thing absolutely jumps in the air. Microsoft loading simulators dragging its balls. Yes, it does. They're finally going to be taking that looking for update out. Now if we could just convince them to automatically default to... I sent them an email. I don't know if anybody ever reads it there or not. But I said, why don't you default to loading fully and have like an F12 or an F6 or an F2 if you want to load to safe mode. So it automatically default loads to normal. And if you want safe mode, you push a key for it. Like you do it booting up a computer. Okay. I'm gonna jump in the air, quite literally. Oh, oh, I'm not. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw anything. I'm tired, and it shows. Nobody saw anything. That wasn't me. I did not just totally nosedive it. Trying to fly the tail. What the hell? Oh, and I didn't just do it again. Hold on. I don't know if she'll start with a bent propeller yet. Well, I have the brakes on. I gotta remember to take the freaking brakes off. Whoa, what the hell? The throttle was off. All right, nobody saw that. Nobody saw anything. Nothing to see here. Move along. I'll still be trying to take off while you're here. By the time you get here. Your toddler used to do something like that. All right, brakes off. See, brakes are on. Need brakes off. Brakes off. There we go. Hey, dude, I don't worry about it. People show up when they can show, and if they don't show, it's... I miss you, but I understand, man. We got real life. This is a freaking game. Yeah, real life's got to get it. Real life has its place, which is way the hell ahead of a game. All right, no more playing around. I got the brakes off now. That's better. Fly the tail in the air. That's much better. Flaps up. It is a game. It's a game of the year, for Christ's sakes. Sorry. I try to say sim most of the time, but it's a game. Next is to set up the Quest 2 on the notebook so we can fly VR at the fuselage. Oh, that'll be fun. A bunch of dark moose. Flying a plane. I really hate this music. They're actually not in the national park now because it's like right there. There's the boundary of the park, roadway. We're kind of outside of it now. But there was cooler stuff to see this way. 11,000 miles and the blower motor went bad. This was a huge problem for the wife. Week after it went out of warranty. Oh shit. Out of warranty at 11k miles? Well, that's right. You guys don't drive all over like we do. My parents' Honda is the third electrical issue that thing's had. Never buy the first of a new model. And we did. I think it was either built on a Monday, but it's the third major electrical issue. Not that they're major, but the first one, the horn absolutely quit working. Well, that's good because their car has 100,000 miles, 7-year warranty. So at least it's got that. And during the entire warranty period, they don't even pay for oil changes. That's all covered. All service work is covered. So, look at that. But the rear window defroster quit last week, and that turned to be a terminal block inside the thing. The horn quit, and it literally, the horn quit. Not the electrical or fuse or anything. The actual horn itself quit. That was third on. It had that issue with the radar, but that just software patch fixed that. Every time you get bugs on it, it thinks there was something in front of the car, and the car didn't want to drive because it thought somebody was standing in front of the car. So yeah, getting the first model is probably a bad idea, but it's a great car, gets in stupidly good mileage. Nice stripes of tar on the fan. Oh, yeah. You said she got in the in the tar truck spraying the streets. Actually, their vehicle has bumper to bumper 7-year, 100,000 mile. It's not they paid extra for it, but it's through Hyundai and it's bumper to bumper coverage. Like I said, it even includes all the service for the 100,000 miles. I mean, they paid for it. They paid, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 extra for the car to get that service plan, but it covers everything. You break your $300 key, you get a new key. You get whatever. Anything goes wrong with that car for the 100,000 miles, it's freaking covered. Yeah, it doesn't take much to throw those things out of balance, tear them up. Might have to come back here for a bush trip. An actual bush trip, because there's a lot of little runways and places that we could land that aren't runways. Oh shit, I'm way over speed. So they can't go wrong with the car, you know, the warranty on the car, but the car's had some pretty serious issues for being brand new. Rome. Yeah, it is. I could definitely see coming back here for a bush flight. Absolutely. Lowers 200 survived and dealer replaced it. 75 laborers. 3 hours for a 15-minute repair. Don't you love that? They got a book that tells them how many hours it takes to fix, and that's what they charge you, even if it takes 5 minutes. What the book says. Well, I've eaten up the blower motors in 2 different Jeeps, and I'll tell you, it's a 4-hour job to replace that blower motor because you have to pull the whole dash out because of where they put it. They didn't put an access from outside anywhere. You have to rip the whole dash out. And what really sucks, I was so careful on the second one to make sure I never change the... They tell you don't ever change the flapper when the fan's on from different, you know, defrost to the feet or whatever. Never change that when the fan's on because that's what causes it to break on those. And I was so damn careful with that and still broke the second one. Second one's still shit out. It was a totally separate car. But now with the new cost of Jeeps, I'm not getting another one. I'm going to move to where it's warmer. It's cheaper than buying a new Jeep. But it's because they're becoming throwaways. Used to be you kept the car for 50, 60,000 miles, or 50, 60 years. Now it's, we'll just go ahead and throw it away. Now, literally to get to the one on the Jeep, you have to pull the dash off the firewall to get in there behind it. It's horrible. The Jeep dealer used to hate to see anybody come in with that problem, and every Jeep Grand Cherokee had that problem. Well, that was Big Bend National Park. I don't remember. I think we're heading up to White Sands next one. It's either the next one or the one after. It's the one that you literally, if you fly to, you'll get shot down. It took me 10 minutes. I take it out and fly to put it back in. Did it with a single screwdriver. This has a fun, full flaps. Let me tell you that the Havilland that came out with the update, that beast will go slower than so slow for a big plane. That little bounce. It's hard not to with these big fluffy tires. Now I'm going to go right off the runway because of crosswind. Alrighty. No, we're down. That should be the longest one for a while. They have to replace it a lot. Could be. Could be an issue. Alright, everybody. Well, that was Big Bend National Park. Thanks for hanging along. Hanging out and chat. We give it a 6. Damn, come on, man. That was one of my best landings forever. These are 6.1. Jesus. These judges. I know, for taxing, you want to put the flaps up, but not with this little bastard. You put them up, it tries to take off again when it's at idle. Trust me, you want them down to act like a brake. It will. It literally, at idle, will try to get you right back in the air. Try to taxi with the flaps up. I've learned that. Alrighty, guys. Like I said, I thank Gruden as always for flying along. Great wingman. As always, I thank everybody for hanging out in chat. Made you laugh. I'm glad it made you laugh. Needed that. Always. Gammy, Jerry, Icarus, Gruden, Cthulhu. Who else stopped by? I think that's just about. Oh, William Kelly. Can't forget William Kelly. He always manages to make an appearance. Can't forget him. He's a regular Grumpy Old Bastard Squadron member. And Luke, most at Digital Media, also stopped by. I think I covered everybody. If I missed you, I am sorry. Until next time, guys. Wednesday, tomorrow, we're doing the Arrows Across America. If you're interested in flying along, we're taking the J4. It's going to be fun. It's going to be slow. It's going to be real chill. And then on Thursday, we're doing the Round the World flight. So be thinking of a new aircraft that you want me to switch to in 3 more flights. All right, guys. Really appreciate you all for coming and hanging out. Not only I'm glad I made you laugh, you guys give me great entertainment too, like that. I don't feel so bad anymore. We just saw the great and amazing Icarus stall it on a takeoff. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Look out for each other and yourself. And I am so out of here. Have a good one, guys. And I pushed the wrong fucking button. Seriously, wrong fucking button. One of these days, I'll remember which one it is. Wingtip stall. Great finish, Icarus. Great finish. Have a good one, guys.